Hello! In this video, we will solve the equation 2 sine squared of x minus sine of x minus 1 equals 0, and we will find the solutions on the interval from 0 to 2 pi. Notice that the left side has 3 terms. If we make a substitution and replace each sine of x with another letter b, then on the left side we will have the following trinomial: 2b squared minus b minus 1 equals 0. So in place of sine squared of x we have b squared, and in place of minus sine of x now we have minus b. Now to solve this equation for b, if it's possible, we will use factoring. But whenever factoring doesn't work, we can use quadratic formula. Now the trinomial that we have has a leading coefficient that is not 1. Then in this case, one method that we can use to factor is called the AC method, and it involves the sum, the product, and then grouping. So first, we need to find two numbers whose sum is equal to -1. And this -1 is the coefficient of b. The product of these two numbers has to be -2. And we get -2 by multiplying 2 and -1. Then the two numbers whose sum is -1 and whose product is -2 are -2 and +1. So -2 plus 1 is -1, and -2 times 1 is -2. Now to continue with factoring, we will use these two numbers to split the middle term. So first we will bring down 2b squared, then in place of -b, we will write -2b plus 1b. So then we will have minus 2b plus 1b minus 1 equals 0. And now we have a polynomial that has 4 terms, and to factor it, we will use grouping. We will have the first 2 terms in one group and the last 2 terms in another group. Then from each group, we will factor out the greatest common factor. From the first group, we will factor out 2b, and inside the parentheses we will have b minus 1. Then from the second group, we can only factor out 1, and inside the parentheses we will have b minus 1. And now we have a sum of 2 terms with a common factor b minus 1. And if we factor out b minus 1, then in the second parenthesis we will have 2b plus 1. So this 2b and 1 comes down into the second parenthesis. So now we have this trinomial factored, and to solve this equation we will use the zero factor property. And for this we will set b minus 1 equals 0, or 2b plus 1 equals 0. Then in the first equation, if we add 1 to both sides, we will have that b equals 1. And in the second equation, if we subtract 1 from both sides and we divide both sides by 2, we will get that b equals -1/2. And now it's time to replace each b with sine of x. In the first equation, we will write that sine of x equals 1, and in the second equation, sine of x equals -1/2. And now to solve these equations, we will use the unit circle. And to solve the first equation, we need to find all the angles on the interval from 0 to 2 pi where the value of sine is 1. Recall that on the unit circle, the first coordinates of each point represent the values of cosine, and the second coordinates represent the values of sine. And on the interval from 0 to 2 pi, sine is 1 when the angle is pi over 2. So the solution of the first equation is x equals pi over 2. Now with the second equation, we need to find all the angles where the value of sine is -1/2. And on the unit circle, sine is negative 1/2 when the angles are 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. So this equation has two solutions. One is 7 pi over 6 and the other one is 11 pi over 6. Now let's write all these solutions as a solution set. So inside the braces, first we will write pi over 2, then 7 pi over 6, and then 11 pi over 6. And now the problem is completed. If you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.